why, like you mentioned earlier today in the show, we're not a jack of all trades.
Nope.
We're just a master of one, and that's what we do at Cherry Creek Mortgage, and that's what every one of the professionals we bring on. I don't know any of the professionals that we've brought on that have 7 or 8 trades.
What about you? We have Pam Ingram, Hall of Fame agent from RE/MAX, a almost 20 years not practicing, specializing in real estate right here in Santa Clarita. You do, let's see, you probably do insurance, you probably do financial planning, right? No?
Oh, no. I stick to real estate, and I always tell my clients, those are not my specialties. You cannot have 5 or 6 specialties. You have to stick to one and be really good at what you do.
Well, think about it. With all the changes we've gone through in our industry, and you have to admit, this is some of the biggest adjustments we've had to our industry since you've been in the industry for 20
definitely.
years. How would you possibly, I don't even know how would you possibly stay on track to help your clients while you're trying to juggle a few other balls? Could you do it?
You couldn't do it. And not be fair to your client.
That's
you
the key.
couldn't do it.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the client. I mean, we had Jack Cotton. He's one of the biggest real estate agents in the entire country. Goes around speaking, and we asked him what his secret was to success for 35 years now, one of the top agents in Cape Cod. And he said, the biggest thing is when I make a decision, it is what is in the best interest of my clients.
Exactly.
And I know you feel the same way.
Exactly.
And we've worked with Pam. She is a professional. She is on her game, on top of everything, and she really cares, and she makes sure we're on top of her game, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
We love working with her because she is a professional, and she dots the I's and crosses the T's, because if you don't do this this day and age, it is impossible to succeed in this real estate market. Let me give you a few numbers. I'm setting you up, Pam,
okay,
because you know the numbers here in this town.
Okay.
But we've been saying since November last year that we're at the bottom of the market.
November of 2011.
Right,
Don.
over a year ago, because nobody jumped on board.
Warren
Buffett was 6 months behind us. Ha! We had him. But that was in our market here, because we know the numbers out here, and we saw the fact that inventories were decreasing at a rapid pace, and we didn't have enough inventory, and prices were going to go up. And we warned you way ahead of time because we know our numbers. And if you took advantage of that, you enjoyed a potential of 11 to 15% gain on your property over the last year. To give you some idea how consistent this is national numbers now. The national inventory, the amount of inventory of homes nationally is now at 1.8 million. Sounds like a lot, right, Gino?
Sure does. But, well, we're a pretty big nation. A lot of people here.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Just a year ago, it was 2.6 million.
Wow.
That's a 30% decrease in available homes for sale. What about that shadow inventory, Gino?
Yeah, shadow inventory is disappearing.
Yes, there is no shadow inventory. The investors are buying it up.
That.
We've talked about that.
Hedge funds
are buying it up and not releasing. They're sitting and holding and releasing about 30%. Decrease in inventory equals
increase in prices.
There you go.
I mean, that's just really basic, Don. It goes back to the basic rules of supply and demand, right? I learned that day one in economics class in college. And I think it applies to everything, and especially real estate, because, and the other thing you're seeing is building starts. You're seeing that builders are back on board. Yeah. So that means that they're
highest level since 2006.
Yep. So they're willing to invest again. They're willing to build again. And especially here in our community, we're going to start to see some communities breaking ground here.
To build again.
They are selling those homes the day they put them on the market.
So right now, for builders, is a great time.
Yeah. They're releasing very small releases, sometimes 4 to 6 homes, but they sell the day they put them on the market.
And I'm sure at full price and then some.
Well, you don't really negotiate new houses. But
right. And, well, I guess for a little...
It's a lottery. It's actually a lottery system for new houses.
Okay. So it's that strangled that you actually have to win the lottery to be able to buy a new house.
Yeah.
So sellers, are you hearing that? So there is that little of an inventory that people are signing up for the lottery. What are your chances of winning the lottery? So if you're going to sell your home, please give Pam a call, and we'll make sure to get it sold to top dollar.
Yeah, we have Pam Ingram with RE/MAX of Valencia, one of the top real estate professionals for years. I've always heard about Pam. Thank goodness we have the luxury of being able to now work with Pam and just see the professionalism and the experience she has and how well she takes care of her clients and the knowledge. You're always ahead of your game because you even call us about a property well in advance. It wasn't even an escrow, and you're already having to set up and prepare accordingly to make sure your sellers are protected.
Yeah, I really specialize in making sure that my sellers are crossing their T's, dotting their I's, that there's nothing that's going to come back to haunt them. I'm a big advocate of disclose, 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 and have everything up front. So when you go into escrow, I have very few escrows that actually fall out of escrow.
Okay, that's huge. I can honestly say, because we're part of multiple groups of real estate professionals, and we unfortunately hear about quite a few escrows falling out, and that could be due to improper setup, correct? Or the lending.
Or like you said,
Or
lack of
lending,
disclosure as well. You know, lack of disclosure is key, because if you don't, let's say you're a seller and you choose not to disclose something for a little while, and you get a buyer in for 10 days or 15 days, and then they do their own inspections and they find out, and then they don't like the property, they decide they want to back out. Well, you just wasted 15 days, precious days that your house was on the market.
I have a fabulous listing out on 8th Street, and unfortunately it's one of the ones that I've had recently that fell out of escrow, and is through no fault of the seller. I think the buyer just actually changed his mind and it fell out of escrow. And this is a gorgeous house on a beautiful piece of lot, and I'm sure we'll put it back into escrow in the next week or two.
So this is in Old Town Newhall, right?
Old Town Newhall.
Now
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley. Now that's a sought-after area. My parents live there. It's beautiful. You don't get lots like that anymore.
No, not at all.
And you have one on 8th Street, right?
On 8th Street.
So here's the key. It's not going to be on the market again for another 2 weeks. So, Pam, how can they get a hold of you if they want to see this
They
home?
can call me at 291-1PAM.
Oh.
291-1726.
One Pam.
I like that. Yeah.
Pam Ingram. And if you recognize the Ingram name, we've had her son on our show, too. He's a financial expert and also a fellow afterburn madman.
Yes.
He actually won the $10,000 last year by kicking everybody's you-know-what.
Yeah, but he is a madman. I mean, you know, we show up and we're showing up at like 4:45 or 4:50, and he's already there.
Yeah.
And then we're leaving, you know, in a wheelchair.
And he's starting to work out again.
Yeah, we're leaving in a wheelchair at 6:15, and he's just keeps going.
Well, what's cool is, Pam, you're there for crack of dawn, staying in shape and
Trying.
working and keeping your energy. Because we're big believers in you have to have that kind of energy to really satisfy your clients these days.
Yes, you do. You have to be energetic. You have to be enthusiastic, and you've got to stay fit. You've got to be out there.
And we see Pam in there. Hi, good morning. It's 5:30 in the morning. We're rocking and rolling. But that also gives you a jump start on the competition, because you're there first in the morning, rare and ready to go. Because do we have an inventory problem out here?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
So what do we have? A couple hundred homes available?
Somewhere between 200 and 300. And where we used to see, we pull up new listings on any given day, we'd see 50 new listings. Yesterday, I pulled up new listings in all of Santa Clarita Valley. There were 9 of them.
Wow.
9 new listings.
Yeah.
So
and those will sell by tomorrow.
Okay. So being part of a group, and we're fortunate enough to be part of a group called the CMA, which are the top professionals in our valley. We're talking 65, 70 of the very best real estate professionals in our valley since 1994. And Pam, you're part of that, and that gives you an insider tool to get a hold of some of these listings before they even come out on the market. Am I right?
Well, I think networking is big in real estate, as it is with anything, but it is true. When we go to the CMA meetings, we share ahead of time what is not on the MLS, so we can try and get buyers and sellers and connect. And it's one of the biggest things that helps all of the agents that participate in any type of a networking group.
Well, some people would say that's unfair. Why are you sharing those? Right? That's unfair. But the reality is it's because you want to work with someone else that's in this group, because it's an exclusive group of professionals, and you know that you're going to be dealing with someone on the other side of the transaction that's also a professional, and that's what gets deals done. You need to get 2 professionals together to get a deal done.
You work with people you know, you like, and you respect.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
Work with people you know. Well, we know, like, and respect you, Pam.
Thank you. Thank you, and I do you.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, so we have Pam Ingram, Hall of Fame real estate agent with RE/MAX, and we're going to talk a little bit about her involvement in the community, which is huge. It's a very key ingredient to all these professionals that come on our show, is being involved with you in our community as a chamber president. And also, she's going to give us a few tips in this crazy real estate market we live in right here in Santa Clarita on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTF.